Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Weird.
This is the worst!
I just saw. Hello, Old Bean.
Hello, Billy.
And hello, everybody out there. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci, with your friend and colleague and all-around dastardly, naive bastard of a man, and J.C. Vaughn. No. So I watched the video. I'm like, oh, my God, I have my glasses. I ran and got my sunglasses. I put them on. I don't know. It's a beautiful night out here on Long Island. Hello, everybody. My God, I don't know about you, Old Bean. It's like 62 degrees out here and no humidity.
It's not quite no humidity down here on this side of the island, but it is going lower, which is really nice.
Yeah, so no AC.
It wasn't all that hot really, but it was a little steamy this morning.
Well, I think everywhere you are, it's a little steamy because you're so hot.
That's me. You're not.
Marcus Killigrew says, "Didn't I just see you guys?" Are you saying hot hell first?
You did, Marcus.
You did, Mark. Good to see you, Marcus. Thanks for helping. Anyway, tonight, Old Bean, we've got an extraordinary guest with an amazing Kickstarter from one of the most beautiful comics I've ever seen, and he's collecting
from a super talented creator and a very versatile one.
Yes. And it's just doing gangbusters, man. And without further ado, or a don't, I'd like to welcome in everyone, the California Kid, the guy that really turned She around for us. When that She #5 came out, the whole damn industry went apey over it. You were a fire, and he was the freaking kerosene. He sure was. When he colored that issue and his fellows at Mark Silvestri's Top Cow Studios, man, it just was electric. But anyway, without further ado, or a don't, my friend, the one, the only Inkpot recipient. I don't know if he won an Eisner, but I'm sure he's been nominated at least. Mr. Brian Haberlin. What's up, brother?
Hey, everybody. I will claim an Eisner because they used to not give the colorists a due. They'd have writer and the inker, or the writer and the penciler inker. They wouldn't give a colorist one. But I will claim for Inhumans miniseries with Marvel Knights. That Eisner for that, and I always point to that and go, "That's my Eisner too."
That sure as heck is. That with the color. Yeah. The color, and for that matter, the lettering in that were so critical to the amazing story that Paul and Jay were telling.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a real reason that listen, I realize to some people this is going to be heresy, but that's the best Inhuman story there's ever been. It's way better than Stan and Jack. Honestly, I just love that book, and the colors are a huge part of that.
Yeah. That was a great book to work on.
Well, you know that because you contributed to it, you'd have to pay for it, I'm sure, but you can get an Eisner Award. You can buy one because you are an integral part of that team.
I can
Same thing,
buy one.
Well, at cost, but you earned it. But if you want to
get the actual got it.
if you want to have the statue, because
I thought you meant like, because if it's buying an award, man, I'm just going to jump on that.
That's what
go on eBay and buy an Eisner Award. It's like buying a Purple
it's like
Heart.
it's buying the Hollywood stars, right?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
That's it exactly.
Yeah, you like the guys, the stolen valor guys, with walking around with Medal of Honors and stuff. They buy on eBay or whatever the hell they get them.
But it was fun because when I tell the story of when I was breaking into comics, and I was working at that time in television, but every from 91 to go up, I was going down with my little portfolio with all this brand new digital colored stuff that no one's ever seen before, and get rejected like everybody else in 91. Go down 92, get rejected by everyone else. The only editor, and Billy knows this because he was a guy trying to get in for a long time. It's like almost all the editors you would actually take stuff to back in the day were low men on the totem pole, because that's who would do the portfolio reviews, right? And they couldn't tell you how to really fix anything. They would just like wrote stuff that they heard from whatever. They don't know why. They don't know. Whatever.
The minute you hear a non-artist talking about negative space,
the only one I ever got that was good back then was Carl Potts.
Oh, the visionary. So Carl saw it and saw the potential.
Carl, critique, because that was mostly.
I'm sorry. Oh, I thought that you said the only one that he
No, he was the only one who gave useful.
Oh, okay.
Criticism, and then in '93, my friend Rod Underhill had a booth in small press area, and he said, "Hey, you want to join me in the small press area?" It's like, yeah, I'll try that for a change. And I had a CRT monitor that was about that wide and about that deep and probably weighed about 150 pounds. That had a CG animated Spawn on it that was coming down with this cape going on, and this big Green Lantern. Penciled ink and colored print behind me with a 3D modeled power battery behind him and 3D modeled wings and stuff. And everybody and their mother came by that time and offered me work.
Really? Did you have a photo of from that show at all?
I do, but it's like from an old phone. I think it was from like Darren Bader or one of those guys who were next to us. And it's like a 320 by whatever. And I tried to upscale it. You can't. It doesn't have enough. There's not enough there. But anyway, going back to the Inhumans thing, that's when Jay wanted me to do Hellshock, but I took the job with Mark. So, and Jay's just knocking out of the park lately with his.
Oh my God, he just keeps getting better and better, and it's amazing.
When we were doing Battlestar Galactica, we got Jay to do a Cylon for us, and it's it's fairly early in his career, and it's still freaking great.
Well, that's the thing I almost point to some people. It's like, people are struggling to find a style and the thing. Because you know what? Just go back to the early 90s, do that version of Jay Lee, because he doesn't use that dress anymore.
Right.
That's not what he looks like anymore. Yeah. And nobody looks like that either. So it's like, there's your untapped resource.
Two things. If I can answer something real quick, and then I'm going to say, just real quick. Hello, Art. Hell, Billy, you never answered if it was too late to name and lights tier. I've also been eyeing that Aria Omnibus. You should definitely get it, Art. Please. It is some of the most beautiful comic art I've ever seen. Jay's work is just, I remember when it first came out, and everybody was just blown away by it.
Ooh, look at that.
That's the cover. That's the first cover. Hang on, I'll make it go big. And then for the name and lights, let me talk to Debbie, because that's the last thing Mindy is actually working on. Mindy's working on the name and lights right now.
Hey, so, Brian.
Yeah,
Brian.
Go big with you, Brian.
Hang on and let Billy go big on you and show that art again.
Yeah.
I gotta reach for it. I'm gonna fall over.
Sucks getting old.
Good golly.
I know.
There are two artists that if you want to keep a deadline going, you should never look at their work before doing your piece.
Right.
Jay Anacleto and it's Travis Charest.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Those will both screw you. Oh, I gotta add more detail. I gotta add more detail. I gotta add more detail.
Yeah, it's
oh,
like
God, I gotta add more detail.
yeah. And speaking of just artists that have just going to another level too, your fine art, your paintings are just astonishing. And I was so
Hello.
so obviously the horrific Renzini is not watching the show. But real quick, and I'm sorry I was out of town when you had your show in New York. But man, you just turned a corner with that for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, we got that's one of the big ones. It's a
Hang on, let me go big with you there again.
that one. These are some of that finger there.
I see it. I see
over here are all ones that'll be for the Laguna Beach Festival of the Arts.
Oh, excellent.
And I like that middle one. In the middle one, I was playing with the whole like old school poster kind of thing. And I think I want to do more stuff in that vein. But
yeah, I had a price guide, I think 44. J.G. Jones was doing it, and when he sent me the finished piece, it said, "Hey, I didn't do what we said. I went more of a line deck, a JC Linedecker motif," and I literally said approved, and then I clicked it open. And the old school poster stuff is some of the coolest, and you've really captured a look there.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, and actually, something like you guys know that I'm a fan. Well, from the '80s kid, I was a huge fan of Patrick Nagel, and then when you told me that you studied under him, right? Didn't you study under him?
I snuck into a class when I was a teenager because the art center was right by where I was, and I was thinking about going there when I graduated. So
was he cool?
He was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember him being super one way or the other, But trying to drag it's such a thing. It's like it doesn't happen anymore. Remember that? So we're talking the '80s, right? So
yeah.
Do you know how he passed?
I do. I don't know if everybody else does, but if you want to tell the story.
So he was at the celebrity aerobics thing, right? So it's like, I mean, celebrity aerobics, that's not happening today anymore, right? And then he died of a heart attack in his car.
Yeah, and wasn't he a chain smoker? So he's a Vietnam veteran who smoked and a lot.
No, I used to have a book of the torn out letter pages from Playboy magazines. That was just that's how weird you are when you're an artist, right? It's like I didn't keep the rest of the Playboys, but I kept
I was just thinking.
Nagel, or sometimes because that was a guy who I always wanted to work with when I was a young illustrator, was Carrick Pope, who was the art director there for ages. And they also had just gorgeous illustration work on some of those story things.
Yeah, it was amazing. It really was. And I kind of did the same thing too. I remember seeing him, and then you saw his style progress from 79 to like 81 in 2 years. It was incredible how he just captured that lightning in a bottle, I guess. And I think too, on a marketing side, I always kind of look to his stuff and point to it where I say, like, because he had those different levels of how you could acquire the work. Like when I was, I started university, I graduated high school in 81, 82. And, everybody had a Pat Nagel poster in their thing. But what was great about that is you could have a poster that someone could buy for $25 or whatever it was back then, right? But then he had the same thing that was a limited edition serigraph that was then up like $200, $300, whatever. And then he had his original of the thing that was then $10,000, $15,000, at the time. Right. And I always thought that was brilliant because you get people in who can afford whatever level they can afford.
Yeah, absolutely. And you, as usual, the comment, why would you ignore any legit revenue stream? And further, why wouldn't you cultivate like, oh, I've got the poster, someday I'm going to have the real thing.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you cultivate that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I had them in my room, Posters, nothing else, of course.
You had them in other people's rooms, Billy.
Yeah. And now they're in every nail and hair salon.
Oh God, yeah.
Suburbia.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's interesting to think, where would he have gone? I would have just petered out, and it was what it was. And because that's what happens to artists all the time. It's like all of a sudden you're not, that style's not the style anymore. That's not what we care. Because I remember his protege tried to pick up the mantle, Dennis Mukai. Do you remember his stuff, Billy?
No.
And he got a little bit of a bump, but then it went crash down. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he would have. I mean, because it was such a delineated style.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that was just it.
Yeah, I agree, because it just kicked off, and it kicked off the 80s. I mean, you see that's 1980s.
Yeah, actually, they had been planning on skipping the 80s until that came along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the 80s brought back mini skirts, right? So there you go, and heels.
Dolphin shorts.
What?
Dolphin shorts.
Dolphin shorts, shorts with dolphins on them and stuff?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Aria a bit.
Okay.
Because I don't know how it came about when you started it.
Good question, Old Bean.
That is a good question. So, I was at Top Cow, and then I mean, again, if it wasn't for Billy and Brian Polito, there probably would never have been a Witchblade, because that was our impetus. It was like, oh, Billy's doing really well with his female character, and Brian's doing really well with his female. Let's do our female character. And then Dave Wall and I trotted down to the Santa Monica Pier and hashed out Sarah and Witchblade. But anyway, I left in '95, and I wanted to start my own thing with Wills Portasio. And so it was Avalon Studios. And we initially decided we wanted to do 4 titles out of the gate. So we wanted to have them in different genres. So Stone was our first one. That was Will's drawing, me doing the writing. And that was our superhero book. And that was the highest selling independent book of the year it came out. The only thing that eventually beat us on reorders was Jay and Silent Bob, because the movie came out.
Right.
And then we had The Wicked, which was our horror property. Hellcop was our sci-fi property. And Aria was our fantasy property. And I knew my old college buddy and one of the guys who got me into comics, appreciating comics and knowing what comics were in high school, Brian Holguin. And Brian,
not to be confused with Brian Haberlin.
No.
Okay.
But that happens quite often. And we decided, okay, we want to do a fantasy. What do we want to do? And the very kernel of the idea was we want to do our Doctor Strange.
Wow. So that's what it sprang from.
That's what it sprang from. We wanted to do our Doctor Strange. And we did it. We brought in, we had a bunch of different artists, mainstream artists that were around. Buzz was in the mix at one point, and stuff. And then we found Jay Anacleto.
How did he come to you?
With Wills, I was partnered with a Filipino studio. So Wills was in the Philippines then, and that's where Jay is from. Mm-hmm. And it was funny too, because it was almost like finding the Moby Dick to a certain degree. It was like there were these rumors of this comic artist who was really good, and none of them kind of knew him. He wasn't really in their clique with all the other comic artists in the Philippines. He was off to the side. We heard there's this guy and he's really, really good. It's like, well, yeah, I know. We have to find him. And then we eventually found him. And there you go. Just stunning, detailed pen. I mean, it's all pencil. All his stuff is just
from the point where you're evolving the concept to where he's doing pages. How long a period was that?
no more than a couple weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Holguin is the most underrated writer in the industry, in my opinion. And I mean, I put him up there with Alan Moore and Grant Morrison and Neil Gaiman, you know, because he's one of those guys who's like, and he's perfect for a fantasy thing like this that involves a lot of knowing. He's so well read, you know. He's so well read. He's almost British. But you know, he read Chaucer and understands Chaucer, and you know, it's like, so he was just the perfect guy for this.
So
I mean, let me just, to get people who don't know, have a vibe for it.
Yeah,
I'm going to quickly read an intro from the first issue with a cool.
Do you want to go big? You want us to go big with you?
Yeah, let's do that, Billy.
So,
it looks so good. It's a good selling tool. Let's
dear Mike Turner.
Yeah,
that was his cover he did for us. But so the first part of this is from Kildare herself, who's our lead in Aria. Sometimes I look at this world and it moves me to tears. The joy and terror and the mad, bloody drama of it all. And I wonder why they, meaning us humans, never seem to really see it. Maybe one lifetime just isn't enough. Or maybe it's too much. I can't say. But the truth, to be perfectly plain, is that people are looking for magic in all the wrong places. And then the quick little blurb on the book is, somewhere around the corner, just beyond the edge of perception, lies a world you never dreamed existed. A world where creatures of ancient myth and gods long thought dead walk unnoticed along the crowded streets of Manhattan. Where ladies of fairy dance lonely nights away, bathed in soft neon glare. Where every shadow holds a secret, and every secret has a price. Where danger and wonder can be found at any turn, if you only know where to look. Welcome to the world of Aria.
Excellent.
And that was, when in its debut, was the second highest selling comic book in the United States.
That is crazy.
All of DC Comics. We beat all of Marvel except for X-Men, that was popular at the time.
And
that's awesome.
Yep, because it was hitting on a time when things were kind of slowing down.
Yes.
You know, kind of going downhill. And I remember seeing in previews the ad for it and everything like that. And just, oh my God. It was like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's I just want Dennis McKay's work. I do, now that I checked him out. I definitely know who his work is. So thank you, buddy. But let's watch your video, pal.
Yeah, let's see the video. That sounds great.
And Jay got the Russ Manning Award that year that came out.
Wow.
Yeah, and your video is perfectly timed as well. So let's browse some rewards. Oh, it's not letting me switch over. You son of a gun.
Oh, we got fun stuff like.
We'll just go through the page. We'll go through it. It's not unless I just leave. But but it's on the side here. So let's go through some of these things, buddy. So first of all, this is a hardcover plus a slipcase.
Slipcase with spot varnish, with a reading ribbon, over 660 pages. So it's got everything that there is.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you fall asleep reading it, it could kill you.
Yeah. Really good. Yeah, I want to talk about these slipcases because people have been talking to us about doing it, and we've yet to do them ourselves.
Well, I had a friend of mine, Jay Photos. Do you know him?
Yeah.
So Jay,
I know his work. Sure.
Actually, that was kind of like the model for the. So I had, because always I don't know about you, Bill, but you know, I usually, if I see something that's printed and something I find interesting, I'll grab it and keep it, and because this is the best way to show a printer. Yeah, I want something just like this.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is from his book 68.
Such a great comic. It's so good. I love
it. It's got that really pretty spot varnish on it. Right?
Yeah.
That looks great. Yeah.
And again, nice spot varnish on here. Sewn bindings, reading ribbon.
Yeah.
So this was our prototype, and we just went with his same printer that did this for him.
Was it U.S. or overseas?
Overseas, it's Korea.
Yeah. How
Okay. Oh, great. Okay.
So you're coming up on you. Before we go through the things, we have 6 days remaining to this campaign.
Yeah.
For the most part, you have all the material, right? So this should be a pretty quick turnaround for it to go to press, correct?
Yeah. We're hoping it will be in everyone's hands no later than September.
You have September. Holy cow! So everybody out there, if you pledge on this, you will get.
You're not gonna be waiting.
Not at all. I'm definitely gonna get one myself though. But it's just beautiful. The whole concept. Again, I remember when this book came out and it just turned everyone on its head. I mean, look at these things now. What are these? A limited edition hollow card.
Yeah,
it's great too. Look,
so we did a full set of hollow cards.
Mm-hmm.
They'll ship on the little thing, and these are all too. The important part too is so people know that I'm not taking these to cons. These are only for the Kickstarter. The only place you can get these is the Kickstarter.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
You're not getting it somewhere else. I mean, because Bill, you know me for ages. I've always been. I mean, I practically have manufacturing now at my studio with like from the 3D printers. This is one of the sculpts.
Oh wow!
For it.
Hey Billy, can you go big on that?
I'm trying to. I'm looking.
I don't want to ignore the campaign here, but wow.
Well, this is one of the tiers.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
And you can get either patinaed, or you can get it base gray, so you could just paint it yourself if you wanted to.
Dude, wow.
Yeah, I mean, you've got trading cards, right?
Yep.
And they come in these cases, right? It's a hollow foil card.
Hollow foil card.
So, and then it's got a little label on it then.
I've got a full UV printer now, so I can print right on hollow, and it will print a layer of white, so it'll do opaque and then transparent as you want. And I again, all this stuff is, besides the big book itself, is all stuff I'm making in-house.
Now, I remember how, again, we were talking about how hot this book was. You guys still have some original copies left over?
Yep.
Wow.
And so Jay's also has he's got an additional Aria sketchbook?
There was one. Yes.
Okay, I see the Aria Angela #1. So that's what Angela from the originally, Neil Gaiman's Angela.
Well, in the book, it's she's now just an angel. I took out all the stuff that would give us any issues.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But,
all right. So in the omnibus itself, you got 660 pages.
Yep.
You've got the first story, the Magic of Aria, Soul Market, Uses of Enchantment, Midwinter's Dream. I love these titles, buddy. Summer Spell, Blanc et Noir, Heavenly Creatures, Aria and Angel, The Art of Jay, and is it Anacleto?
Anacleto.
And he's got a swimsuit issue.
Yeah.
So he did an Aria swim. Is it all Jay's work?
Yeah.
And then it's got new issues. You got new stories never before.
So Jay is doing his first sequential again, and these are all really short, like 3-4 page kind of things. Mm-hmm. So we have the 3 original artists that were on the book originally. So that was Jay, Roy Allan Martinez, and Lan Medina, Eisner winning Lan Medina. And everyone's doing 4 pages, and I'm doing a full watercolor 3-pager.
Oh wow!
In my fine art style too.
Do you have anything you could share? Anything you want to?
So I was doing some. One of the tiers is some little originals that are all pretty much all gone, but this is like.
Oh, dude! Wow. Oh my God, Brian.
Holy crap.
You were just killing it.
Thanks.
Look at that, guys. Holy crap. Just beautiful. Suitable for framing, everyone.
Suitable for framing.
Yeah. And this is the first one, the one you showed the art.
Yeah.
This is just, wow. Just. Oh, she had a watch on. I never know she had a watch on.
Yeah. And we have that as one of the, I notice her little ring thing. We have the finger armor. Actually, our fingers can be.
Are those on the campaign too?
Yeah.
Really?
So.
Billy, you should get one and wear that around the house.
I think so. I think I should. I think I shall. That is just beautiful. Look
Yeah.
at
So
that.
we added that was another one we just added. So that's gonna be a full archival. You know, the next closest thing to is 1200 DPI scan of the original pencils and stuff.
So it's a print. So they'll.
Yeah.
That's.
G-clay print. Both those ones are G-clays.
And then,
Nice
of course, the
thick
beautiful
stock.
watercolors. And guys out there, I know we're all oogling and ogling at Jay's work, but Brian is truly one of the greatest comic artists living today. Well, you're really more than that. You're a fine artist who happens to make comics, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay did some sketch cards. Again, they all blew out like the first day.
What's
This is the one I'm a little surprised about that we haven't had anybody bite on yet.
So tell us about this, the San Diego Comic-Con experience.
Yeah, so we have our extra booth passes, and we'll bring someone in. We'll have lunch, and they can be our booth help for a little bit, though we won't make them do anything. But I'm surprised that really hasn't been a.
Yeah, I want to look at that. I want to find that tier. Here
It's
it is.
$1,000, and you get two people, and you get lunch.
Yeah, because those badges alone.
I realize superficially that can seem like a lot of money, but that's not a lot of money to include.
If you go, I went on StubHub the other day, and it's like they're like $1,400 for a 1 day pass.
Yeah, and the exhibitor badge itself, which means you can get in.
Yeah.
People out there, you can get in when the doors open at 8 a.m. I think it is.
Not when the doors open to the public, but when the doors open so the creators and booth people can get in. That's when you can go in with that kind of pass.
Yeah.
And I think those badges are $600 now. I really think just each.
Oh, you think really? Yeah.
To get
it's so weird. I haven't bought a pass for San Diego in so many years. I have no idea how much it costs.
It's funny, Brian. Somebody asked me what San Diego costs, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a terrific tier. That's a terrific tier.
Yeah.
So this is for two people.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
And see that's what I was saying, Billy. Look at that price for two people, and go, how can nobody have bought that already?
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who recently became a friend. He's a fan, and we became friends.
Me, is it? It's not me, is it?
No, it's not you. He and his wife went to San Diego last year, and that's when we were talking to them. And I think they spent $1,000 each for him and his wife to get just for the weekend.
This is quite honestly, if you're going to San Diego, this is a steal.
Yeah. I didn't have lunch with Brian Haberlin. I mean, heck, I've had drinks with Brian Haberlin. I don't know, even I ever had lunch with Brian Haberlin.
And the drinks cost you $300.
Yeah, it's true. And the lunch. Yeah, are you buying lunch, Brian, or no?
I'm buying lunch.
Look at that, and that's that tap on it for San Diego. Another $200 to your
seriously
level,
and that you have to put on a card because you can't use cash anywhere anymore down there.
That's right. Oh, now we have some original artwork here. So wow, okay.
These are all gone.
Cover art. Holy cow. Okay. Man, he's just.
So the original art's all gone?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
They went the first day. That was one of the funny things. So, I'm working with some different people and stuff, and it's like the powers that be say, you launch on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day to launch a Kickstarter for some reason.
Right.
Some stats, some whatever.
It's peak.
Anyway.
It's peak web traffic.
Is it okay?
And higher engagement than most days.
So anyway, on Monday we were, jiggering the campaign and stuff like that, and they were going, well, you better get it in because it has to be approved. And I didn't realize it already had been approved. So on Monday morning, I accidentally hit launch before any of our marketing was set up. And I was thinking, shit, because we both know, the faster it gets funded, the more it helps PR and helps all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it still got funded in under half hour, so that's all right.
Yeah, I think you did okay.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, and a great value, actually.
Listen, there's several things that I love about it immediately. One, Billy and I always talk about slipcases, so very psyched about that. Two, looked like the binding was cool on the example you showed us. And three, I love the new material being in there.
Yeah.
I think for fans, that's got to be like one of the most exciting things. And the fact that you're doing some in your fine art style, come on, this is like I hate using this phrase, but it's a no-brainer. This is a great book from a great creative team. I don't know how. Listen, I realize economics are different for everybody, but if you've got the means right now, I don't know how you can pass this up.
And I got to tell you, I don't think anyone would be disappointed. If you've never, again, jumping back to some of the funniness back in the heyday of all this stuff is I know there was at least 12 kids named Aria the year this came out. And I've met some of those people in later shows who've come up and introduced them.
That's great.
This was quite the phenomenon. It's so funny though. It's like you think, and this is going to sound horrible, maybe not, hopefully not. It's like, so we, did Witchblade. Witchblade did great, did Aria, top 10, number 1. And you think, oh, this shit's easy. I could just keep putting out number 1 books. That's not a problem, right? When you're young, you think,
it's like athletes who think they're going back to the Super Bowl because they went their first season.
Like Dan Marino, is that a little slight to Dan Marino?
I would never slight Dan Marino. He was one of my great football observations ever.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember this, but they talked about like people. Are you leaving again?
No, he's pointing at the helmets.
Trying to point at the helmet.
I understand. You're on the wrong side. The whole thing about it was when he was at Pitt, and people were saying, well, I don't know if he could play in the NFL. And I'm like, yeah, why would an NFL team want somebody who can throw 65 yards through the air with accuracy?
I know.
But the whole thing about this that I want to ask you, Brian, is, back when this was coming out, when we were working in the 90s, and it was the early days of trade paperback and collected editions. Did you ever imagine that we'd be talking about it now, particularly with a glorious edition like this?
No, but you hope. You don't. None of us thought of this stuff. I still always remember, I worked with McFarlane for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and I still remember him. There was a moment when his Uncle Kenny. So back in the day,
he did color separations for a couple of things for me.
And film output. So there used to be film output. It's all direct to plate now, but there used to be a middle thing, and that was Clyde Nee back in color and all that kind of stuff. And that was Uncle Kenny right up next to Quebecor. So it was perfect because they could just take their film and walk around the corner, if deadlines were bad and yada yada yada. But I still remember then Kenny was like, okay, I'm going to retire. And Todd, do you want, the film for all your old books that we've done? It's like, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to, reprint those. Wow. So that all had to be redone in a copy dot process from plates that Quebecor still had.
Oh, golly.
All those original files.
Wow.
I still remember having to go through that when I was editor in chief over for Todd. That's one of the deals we had to work with. So,
because I remember I had a bunch of plates, like not plates at all. I had a bunch of the color separation, the film, and I was basically told that it was, today it's garbage. They can't use it. So I threw all mine out, but I had them for years.
Yeah, but now they're collector's items. You should have.
Are they really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, like it's funny.
I'm pretty sure I got the blue lines for She 5 in a drawer in one of my drawers.
Oh man, I'd love to see that someday. You got a backer, just Art Haida. Thank you, Art.
Thank you, Art.
The omnibus and the sketchbook.
Thank you.
And then Jeremy, good to see you. Hail, everybody.
Hail.
Good to see you. So, all right, Brian. So you are. I mean, these are beautiful. Every level on here, every perk is just more beautiful than the next. What's you're gonna end on next week? It ends on the 24th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night, the 24th. Does that end at midnight Pacific time, daylight time, or?
Boy, I don't know exactly.
Probably,
I'd
right?
be lying to you if I told you I knew.
Well, anyway, you got to get this because once it closes,
I mean, all this stuff is exclusive. You're not getting this book, at show. We're not taking it to shows. We're not doing any of that kind of stuff. This is the place to get it, and the tier items are exclusive to this thing.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
I remember when it hit and just the art being dizzying.
No, thanks. No, it was back in the day when you could just do. I still remember people liking it so much. It's like, back in the day, which was nice, that you really needed just to have an ad in Diamond and an ad in Wizard, and you were kind of set.
Yeah.
And I remember that's when Wizard was getting pricey on their freaking ads, and they used to do thin verticals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking quarter-page vertical thing.
Yeah, quarter-page. Yeah, that's exactly what I remember. Yeah.
And I just did a crop of her eyes like this and turn the size, and it goes, the eyes have it. Aria's a hit, and again, just did gangbusters for it.
That's really cool. Hey, you Billy, can you show the art that I uploaded?
Yep. I was wondering if you're gonna segue into that.
Well, because he mentioned Todd.
Okay. Yep. And I just want to say though, and that you and Jay are welcome. Because do you remember, Brian, when I was doing She and I was just having some trouble with inks and things like that, and I'm like, can I just shoot for my pencils? Could you color with my pencils? And you're like, yeah, I can do that. So
right. Is that when it started?
Yeah, like late 95 or mid 95.
That's so freaking great.
I'll give you a side story. Yeah, so we definitely because even before I got into comics, I was figuring out, why do I need to ink this shit if I just do tight enough pencils? And when I first got into comics in '93, it was Top Cow started Top Cow's coloring department, and that's when we were in Inland San Diego, Homage Studios. So it was Wildstorm, Top Cow, and Wills all in one studio, which was just, I wouldn't be the artist I am today without that experience, because you had all these people who were just top of their game. And if you weren't a dick, you could go and sit behind Scott Williams while he's inking and learn at what he's doing and why he's doing, or go sit by Jim, or and the new kids that started, Jeff Campbell, Travis Cheris, Joe Benitez, Dave Finch, all these guys who are still top of the pyramid, and everyone was out to out to beat each other, and it was just great. It's like I always tell, because I teach at Minneapolis College of Art and Design, sometimes you get these artists going, oh, art isn't a competition. It's like, no, it freaking is a competition, and you want your competitors to be so badass they drive you to get better.
100%.
There's no time in the creative element where that is not true. Where if you are with people who are better than you, you will get better. If you get people who are nipping at your heels, you will get better. And because you got to care about it enough that you can critique your own stuff without bashing it.
Yeah.
And that's the way you do it. And that's I can't imagine what that studio must have been like.
Oh, and sorry to jump back. So the first one we did, it actually was printed, and was Jeff Campbell's work, because Jeff, was an incredibly tight penciler. Yeah. And when I left Top Cow and opened the door to everybody who wanted to work with me, one of the clients was Joe and Jimmy Marvel Knights, right? And I remember being out there, and that's when Bill Jemis was publisher. crazy Bill Jemis.
Yeah.
And I still remember being in the meeting with, it was me, Joe, and Bill. And Joe was nice enough to come in, even though he was like sick as a dog, because I traveled all the way from California to go in. So Joe drug his butt in anyway. And Bill Jemis found out that we shoot from pencils. He goes, or digitally ink is what we were calling it at the time,
Right?
Because we would do more. And he said, well, why don't you just do that for the whole line? Can you do that for our whole line? And Joe's like, and even they're like going, no, it worked with like some people, but it doesn't work with everybody.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
There's certain people. I mean, my God, it's like, I mean, come on, even Billy. I mean, I'd give my left arm for, Alfredo Acala or Ernie Chan or Alex Nino or, any number of old school inkers, just like here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, like Tom Palmer and stuff.
What was the first art you guys saw shot from pencils?
There was a John Byrne did. I can't remember who was part of his Fantastic Four run or
Captain America.
Was it Captain America?
Yeah, it was an issue. It was a flashback issue of Cap, and Rubenstein inked the page that was set in modern day. Yeah. That's the last or second to last issue.
But I think there were a few more too that John did that.
Yeah, but that was the big one. And then for me, the first one I saw was Gene Colan's work on Don McGregor's Nathaniel Dusk. And that was like really cool. And there was something about it that like I hated the first issue, and then the second one came out and my head exploded, and I went back and I loved the first issue.
Speaking about head exploding, do you remember I can't remember what the title was. It was in something I believe it was in an epic, and it was P. Craig Russell.
Well,
it was like this guy who was almost naked, and it was like an angel, I think, or something like that. Was in it. It was like full hatching and just it was just stunning.
Marcus Kelleher says Cap 255. That's exactly right. Absolutely. Roger Stern, John Byrne, and then, like I said, inking the modern day page. I think they credit him as the inker of today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here's what you wanted to share, Old Bean.
Yes. Okay. So this has nothing to do with the current campaign, but you did mention Todd McFarlane.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
There you go.
Yay.
That is the fastest selling cover in my tenure with the Price Guide, which is like 30 plus years. And the coolest part about that was how you pulled that off. And I don't know, because Marvel, okay, Billy, I don't know if you know this story, but I was literally at Marvel on Friday and they finally approved the crossover. It was due to previews. The last possible day was Tuesday.
Now, was this a crossover just for this cover, or was it a crossover?
And it was literally just for this cover. It was the first time that Todd had drawn Spider-Man in 27 years. Wow. Brian, what do you have, like an hour to color this?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I look back at it, and Mark Huseman, who does most of our logos, had worked this up after he had Todd's sketch to work from, and was putting stuff together. Man, I was at Marvel on Friday going, okay, what do I do if they don't approve this? And man, Tuesday I came out, everybody was oohing and ahhing. I went into comic shops when previews came out, and they had that page up. Some of them had even blown it up in their stores. It was really cool to experience from my side of it. And because of COVID, we were a little bit delayed soliciting. We were a little bit late coming out. I mean, we came out right when we were scheduled to, but we solicited late. And it sold out in a month. And it was just so cool to experience.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a great cover. Now, were you working with Todd back in 2020?
He asked as a favor.
Nice.
There are only a few guys that I would put my coloring hat on again for.
Right.
You know.
But in all seriousness, but look at that. That's perfect Spawn and perfect Spidey.
Yeah.
And there's just so many things I love about this color, but the fact that you did that so quickly is part of my favorite thing about that story.
You had to be fast to be a colorist back in the day. The fastest book I've ever colored, though, was again a Marvel Knights book. It was Black Panther #1, Mark Texera. And because Mark did full shading gray tones in the thing, I just had to tint things. I did the whole book in one day.
Wow.
Holy crow.
You know, and again, this is one of the most iconic Overstreet Price Guide covers ever. But the one thing that always bothered me is that very few people realize that it's upside down.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, I'm kidding. It's beautiful. Where's that original art, Jeff?
I don't know. That was after. Listen, I mean, Todd was incredibly gracious to us. That was well after we stopped buying all of them.
Okay. Well, let's go back to the campaign. And Brian, we've had you on for almost an hour, pal.
Yep.
Anything else that you want? So this is going to close out next week. 6 days remain, guys. Let's get this to 150,000. Hell, man.
Please.
Let's get it to 200,000. Let's get legendary status because you know
$1 million.
$1 million. And guys, if you've already purchased it or if you can't, just share it on your social media. Brian's one of the good guys, and he always has done everything for everyone else. He's always, like I said, does favors for. He said just for Todd, but he's done so many favors for me. Did it with Jeff to get that book done, and you're just one of the great guys, man. It's an honor to be your friend. Yep, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next month. Yep. Sadly, Jeff will not be able to attend because he went to Japan for 2 months.
Nice.
Did not go for 2 months. Went for 2 weeks.
All right, 2 weeks.
I'm going to have my first in December. I got Singapore Comic Con and then Tokyo Comic Con, which I've never done before.
Oh man, that sounds great. We had the days in our trip that we were in Tokyo. We had such a great time, and we really had a great time the whole time we were there. My nephew made like Godzilla and was eating his way through the country. It was spectacular. I saw my first Japanese baseball game, which was baseball like we used to play it over here, and it was glorious.
Neat. Very neat.
Carruthers Druthers, hail chat, hail Mr. Tucci and guests. Looking forward to learning about the Aria Omnibus. Well, the description is the link is in the description of this chat of my YouTube channel, and I think it's also on X and on my Facebook group. So
and it's been in the chat several times while we're still.
Yes, thank you, Marcus, for sharing it. And again, this is one of the most beautiful comics I've ever seen. I remember when it came. Everyone remembers when it came out. And let's hit double.
A lot of times when you talk about an artist, you're talking about a guy that artists really get into, but the average fan can't. That's not the case with this. This art is stunning. It doesn't matter if you're a professional or just an enthusiast.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I gotta tell you, the stories kick ass.
Yeah,
Brian's right up there with Neil Gaiman when it comes to fantasy, and he's got his stories come out with a little bit more heart than Neil's do. So definitely, I mean, it's a great read too. I'm not the writing's as good as the art.
This is phenomenal. You know, I think you showed us this, but is this going to have a bookmark ribbon?
Yep. It's got a sewn in bookmark ribbon. The binding is sewn. It's not glued. It's a hardcover. Yep. This book is going to weigh about 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, probably with the
more. It's probably about 10.
Yeah, maybe 10,
the slipcase. Yeah.
Yep. The slipcase. So, Brian, anything else that you want to pitch while we have you here?
No. There'll be an announcement in San Diego that I can't talk about for a new big book. And they'll come out with through Image. And then I just have convention stuff. I'm doing my first Dragon Con I'm a guest at. Which
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Dragon Con's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's crazy.
I was doing one of the Demonocus's newer shows, the Omaha, Nebraska show I'm a guest at, which I've never done that before. And then it's besides San Diego, of course.
That actually sounds really cool.
Nebraska.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine that the fans wouldn't be receptive to having big guests come out, because that's got to be rare. So that sounds cool.
I hear it's a good show. And then I have starting July 6th through September 5th, the Laguna Beach Festival of the Arts, which is the second oldest art festival in the United States, with another 150 artists. I'll be there. I have a big 16 by 8 booth with some of the stuff that I was just kind of showing. It's like, this is like, here, you guys, we'll do real quick, one last bit.
It's all good, brother.
You can tell me, so I only have room for 2 of these, at least in the beginning of the season. So you guys can help me pick which are the 2.
I look at that painting and I want to read that book.
All right, so are you asking us to choose which one?
Yeah, so I need help with, these will be, I mean, they'll all eventually be in the booth, but some of them will be, first. So I've spent for two of these.
My goodness. So you pencil these first for people that, we get a lot of people that want to look at art. So these are like penciled and then you go in with your watercolor over it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez, your composition is incredible.
Thanks.
Oh my God. Well, I like that one for sure right there.
I
like them all, obviously. Oh, you bastard. Look at that.
This one's definitely already going in.
You know what? In my humble opinion, I like the last 2. Anybody in the chat?
I like the first one and the second to last. If I'm forced to choose.
Okay.
Because we're such experts. We're
sorry.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes,
that's the expert.
You're just dynamic, man. You really are.
Thanks, man.
Now, where is your studio located as in conjunction to your home?
Well, here's one last one.
Oh, hang on.
Go big.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah, your way to bury the lead.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. Is that a board, Brian, or is that?
Yeah, I mount the watercolor onto a birch panel.
Jeez, Brian.
Yeah, and Art, who back you think Brian's work will either inspire you or make you quit. Yeah.
Amen.
100%. They're beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
And Brian, though, you're not so bad yourself there, brother. So, where are you staying in San Diego?
Hilton.
Okay. All right. I'll beat the Marriott again, but I'll see you.
Because that's closer, I'm on that far end by Artist Alley. So the Hilton's actually perfect.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because I know when I go to Hot Flips to get my my Mylar sleeves and stuff. Holy cow, it's a long way to go.
It is.
A long way to go.
And depending on how crowded it is, it's like swimming upstream, which is
yeah.
There definitely have times, and I'm sure both of you guys have experienced this when you've been on one end to the other, like, oh, I gotta meet my buddy down there, and you go about a quarter of the way through and you're like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'll see you later.
100%. Yep.
Do you guys know Sven Larson at Marvel?
Sure, yeah.
I swear he stakes out a table out back of the Marriott down by the pool and just stays there and has the meetings come to him. And I think it's the smartest thing ever.
Yeah. No, that's the perfect place for meetings is that
yep,
Marriott.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, dude, thank you so much for having me on, brother.
Anytime, man. Like I said, thank you for everything. You're one of my favorite people in the entire industry. And I want to thank you because you've done so much for me and my family. And you've always been a great friend. Just love you, man. Just
thank you, man.
I'm so proud of you.
Back at you.
And you have a good one. Aria closes next week. In 1 week, this campaign, less than 1 week, this campaign will close. So please go out there and support truly one of the good guys in comics. And
listen, I want to chime in for just a second here too.
Yeah.
About this. we often talk in crowdfunding how that this is a new golden age of creativity that comes from crowdfunding and connecting directly with the fans. But that doesn't mean we're forgetting the freaking fantastic history of this medium. And if you go back to the 90s and you talk about when this book hit and the seismic activity that it caused, man, you want to, if you know what it's about, then you want this edition. If you don't know what it's about, then you want this edition. This is as close to a must-have as you can get.
100%, brother. 100. And Moromi comes in, says, hi, everyone. Hey, Moromi, what's up, buddy? Great seeing you this past weekend. Hope your foot's better. Broke his foot, fell out of an airplane. True story.
Ow.
But he's all right. He's a tough guy. So, all right, Brian, good to see you, my friend.
Right.
Jeff,
Thank
did
you,
you
Jeff.
want to? Yep, real quick, Brian, if you want to go, we'll keep promoting the campaign. Jeff and I guess we'll talk a little bit, have a little banter, and get back to work, brother.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
All right. I'll see
Brian,
you
great
next
to
month,
talk to
pal.
you, man.
Great talk to you.
Later, brother.
Bye.
What a great guy. He's just a great guy.
Absolutely.
What a great campaign. I'm gonna play with some.
I mean,
things.
there's
Look
so
at
much.
that.
There's so much stuff on it.
But it's just beautiful.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm looking at the San Diego thing. Like, have lunch with them and get
Exhibitor badges. He's giving you his
badges? Are you
exhibitor
kidding me?
badges.
It's
First of all,
freaking
the
great.
exhibitor badges are limited, right? And when
Yeah.
you buy them, I think the exhibitor badges are, if you can get them, I think they're like $600 each.
Yeah.
Well, they might be more, $800 each. Crazy.
But literally it's a steal for what it is.
Yeah, it
And
really is.
there's some other really great stuff, but golly.
Yeah, and your lunch, and like I said, if they're taking you out to lunch too, because everywhere around is expensive, and I don't think he's going to go to Ralph's and bring in some cold fried chicken to gnaw on in the booth.
Not that would be bad.
Not that it would be bad, but I love this piece. Anyway, so let's go. We'll say good. What'd I do? Oh, I went full screen.
You got us up here.
I wanted to stop sharing, and then we'll go back to it. So there we go. All right.
There's a lot going on, but we would be remiss if we
Remiss.
did not talk about the upcoming end of Ran, Revenge of the Warrior.
100%. 100%. So right now we are waiting on one last page colored from Fred, which is part of a scene. So he's just carrying it over. So it should be, I think hopefully we'll get it tomorrow. I haven't checked my email. And Mindy is laying in the Name and Lights tiers. So we have to see if we have an extra, who was it? Art
Art
asked.
wanted to know that, yes.
Arturo asked. So Arturo, let me talk to Deb, because there are areas that we could add it to. Hell, we could even name a ship after you if you want. Seriously, good. But let's see, or the docks or something crazy like that. But let me talk to Debbie about it tonight. And I'm so excited. The book looks fantastic. Everything is done.
Billy, how much of the color have you shared with people? Because this book is looking really good.
I've shared some, but we've shared a lot of Ran, but why don't we talk a little Mortuary Michelle, old bean?
Oh, you want to talk about Mortuary Michelle?
Let's talk about Mortuary Michelle.
I bet we could get the writer on.
Would you be able to pull a favor and see if you can do that? Thank you. Let's see if we get the writer in on the room here. Hello, writer?
Yes.
Let's see. We got him. But we just come on in, Jeff. Come on in. Very good. Mortuary Michelle. You want to give a little pitch on, a little rundown?
Yeah, Mortuary Michelle is first, for if anybody doesn't know, when Ran, Revenge of the Warrior reached a stretch goal, it was the adding of 10 pages of new story and a flip book cover. And it is a spectacular cover by Mr. Billy Tucci.
Yes, and let's show the actual. I'm going to show the flip book here. I'm trying to open some things up. But here you go. This is the metal edition, the double metal edition cover.
Which is which is, to our knowledge, the first double metal comic
cover
book.
ever. I just love drawing this cover, man. And I think
listen, the coolest thing I can tell you about this cover is that you called me when you were starting it and you said, it's going to be so good. And I was like, wow, he usually waits till he's done, but you already knew what you were doing.
Yeah, because the rough is filthy. It's disgusting.
But you knew what was coming.
Yeah,
and Wes Hartman, who has been colorist for both of us many times, did 2 spectacular jobs. This one is on the metal edition. The other one is on all the others except the Walt Simonson wraparound, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And hang on real quick. Art, I will let you know. I'll talk to Deb about it tonight. She's downstairs.
And Paul, and let's answer Paul right here. Paul, what this means is both, because this only works on a hardcover because there's a spine.
Yeah.
Both front and back covers are metal.
Both. So, and I've never seen one before. So it's going to be just stunning. And it's a flip book. So you could either put the Mortier Michel side, front facing, or the Rand Revenge of the Warriors side front facing. And this cover image of Rand, both covers are different colorations, completely different colored versions of the standard hardcover edition covers. And as Jeff had said, Mortier Michel will be the back cover of every book, save for the Walter Simonson edition,
which is a wraparound.
It's a wraparound, but everyone will be getting a bonus tip-in.
Everyone who gets the Walter Simonson cover will get a tip-in mini print. Is that right? Is it tip-in or just inserted?
Well, it's both, because a tip-in isn't sewn in or anything. It's just I think it's the same.
That's correct.
Really? So then a tip-in is then sewn in. Inserted is something that's just inserted by hand.
Correct.
And that's what we're doing.
That is what I thought. So at any rate, so this is the first appearance of Mortier Michel. It's a very cool character. The 10-page story really sets up what will be coming soon. We're already working on Mortuary Michel #1. And what I think is the fantastic thing about it is it guest stars she.
Yes, I want to share what can I share, Jeff? I mean, what would you like to share? Is she
maybe page 1 or page 1 just grabs me, and I realize it's not a lot of action, but it's just really cool. And page 2.
Okay, let me share this cool action shot right here, though.
Okay.
No spoilers. There's she in there, battling away.
Wow. By the way, this is just a panel.
Yes,
this is not a full page.
No, it's just a panel.
That just gives you an idea how packed this thing is.
Yeah, let's get to page 1. You don't mind with the letters and all, right?
No, absolutely not.
All right, I just want to make sure it is the fine. Yes, it is. Okay. So let's see here. Here it is. How do I collapse that side? Hang on. I want to collapse the PDF. Hang on. Hide sidebar. I don't want to give too much away, old bean.
No, I'm with you on that.
All right, here we go. So here
it is only 10 pages. You don't want to show a whole 10.
Yeah, because it does. What I just do? Oh dear Lord, it's huge. Let's zoom out. That thing just exploded on screen. Let's do that, and then we'll hang on a little bit bigger. Here we go. So here's page 1. And it doesn't, Jeff, my goodness, it doesn't just star Anna Ishikawa. It also gets stars Hotaru, her daughter.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Now where are we right now? Where are we right now?
Brooklyn,
NY.
at the antique store there in the middle between the record store and the Turn Your Head and Coffee.
I love that.
Which by the way has appeared in several of my things. It's in Antiques, it's in Dead Inspector, and now it's in Mortuary Michel.
Excellent. And
so it's a chain. So it's obviously a chain.
Right. And Disco Mat Records?
Disco Mat Records was made up on the fly.
Okay. And Barron's Antiques.
Yeah, that Justin actually came up with that name, and that was special to him.
And so here's Anna at a curiosity shop, if you will, an antique shop, with her daughter Hotaru, looking at some things, and
And
Hotaro
she gloms onto this this antique comb, which actually becomes a central piece in our storytelling a little later on. I'm not gonna give spoilers for that, but it really starts, and she goes outside, and a guy immediately, just practically immediately, steals it, knocks her over, and steals it.
look at knocks them both over.
Sets up a big chain of events.
Yeah, and look at this.
That lead to a story that is not going to be what people see coming.
Great story.
And Billy, since you've seen all the art for this, and obviously you had to approve all the stuff where she appears, what do you think of it so far?
I love it. I love it so much. I love the art. I love the coloring. You've got a terrific team.
So not only, oh yeah, well, obviously let's talk about the color for just a minute. Celso Mazzin is the artist. And I think he did a great job.
Oh,
he's Brazilian, so we speak via a translator app.
Oh, that's right. You said that. That's right.
Yeah, and matter of fact, we've just got the first 5 pages of #1, and we're off and running on that. I finished #1. I'm starting on #2.
And look
yes,
at
and then the color is by Brian Miller of Hi-Fi Design. Ooh, look at that. That was the coolest. We came into
little preview edition.
Yeah, we were Justin and I had a story meeting on Thursday before before HeroesCon. And when we came in Friday to pick up the stuff we were bringing to your booth, those were sitting on his desk. His people output that in-house.
That's incredible. Just real quick, Paul Taylor, our great friend, $10 Canadian. How's it going, eh? Hail Billy, JC, and chat. Lots of good books coming out soon. I just backed Brian Haberlin's project. When he said the story is as good as the art, I said sold.
Absolutely, man.
It is a dynamite. We don't put crap on the Pop XP, old bean.
I don't believe we do.
And the colors just pop. Everything just pops about it. I love even his take on she. It's different than mine, but I'd love to work with him. But we'll see.
It's a phenomenal job, and of course, our lettering is by the one and only Mindy Lopkin.
Yes.
And so, what's fun is the flip side of the book, the Ran Revenge of the Warrior. I'm the editor, and then you flip over to the other side, and I'm the writer.
Yeah, and I did some copy editing, and I caught some grammatical or typos. Some typos. So
and which is, as you know, I never catch my own. I usually rely on old Cap Jason Odom, and sure enough, he did catch one that you and I did not catch.
Right.
But I'm really excited by this. I love the opportunity to introduce a new character, one who I think may be big. I love the fact that for the backers who already backed this, they just got a bonus because we hit the stretch goal. And listen, man, it's very humbling to have the long association I have as your friend with, and sometimes writer, sometimes editor, was she. And when we were in, people who've been on the channel know that when we were in the middle of Gatecrasher, I called you and said, you got to do Ran as its own book.
Yep.
And you were already there. And it's so they're getting the first appearance of Ran in her own book and the very first appearance of Mortuary Michelle in the same comic. It's a flip book, which I have wanted to do since Magnus Robot Fighter and #5 and Rye #1 came out together.
Yeah,
from original Valiant under Jim Shooter, and I'm a format geek, so I love flip books. I'm always told retailers hate them. I don't care, because they're freaking cool and fans love them.
100%. And again, I love his depiction of she.
Yeah,
I just think she's so beautiful. And again, your storytelling is just terrific. It really, really is.
What's really great is Justin, who created the character and is the editor-in-chief, Grand Poobah. He did most of the story work, and I did contribute to it. And then you'll see the flip side of that's true. There's some dialogue that he should really get credit for, but it's a very collaborative book, and you and Debbie were very instrumentally involved in it as we figured things out, as how we were teasing this character with her first appearance. And I think the results are really good. If people are going to enjoy the Rand portion of the book, you don't want to flip it over and then not enjoy the back portion of it. And I think they will. Look at that. There's that one panel you showed. You can see that's not even a ninth of a page, really. And boom, look at that. And just her pose when she's landing there in the other panel.
Yeah, but even this guy, look at how great that is. Look at him.
He's very menacing, man.
Just terrific. So, and Michelle is just beautiful. Can we tease something else on her?
Sure.
What page would you like to?
Oh, I don't know. Just pick a good panel. There's a lot of good ones. How about that one reaction panel?
Okay, go. I want to go to she again real quick.
Yeah, okay.
If I can. Oh, I know the panel you're talking about, but here's another one. Again, I mean, just striking. I just love it. I love it.
That is a really, really cool panel.
Yeah.
And also what Brian did with it color wise.
Yes, and then let's find. Oh, hubba! There's some tantalizing things here as well. Well, I like the framing I did here. I'm gonna hit with this too. And here she is, and she's a not an OnlyFans, but what's it called?
Cake Stream.
What Cake Stream star? So yep. hubba, guys, hubba. And then her world gets totally turned upside down.
Yeah,
in a matter of hours from here.
Yeah, and it's like she does that in the early morning, gets up, goes to work, and then like,
yeah. It's a super fast moving story.
It really introduced, and I will tell you that everything that is in it, everything that's in it will come to bear in number 1 or later. There is no wasted space or story element in this 10-page teaser.
I even like this one. So I'm going to share this one here. I know the reaction one you did, but I've shared that a lot. But
okay, all right.
I like this one too. That. Just
wow. Yeah.
And then look what's coming out. Oh, we can't kill her. I can't. We got to stop. Stop sharing. Anyway. But guys, if you could please, so this book is again, hopefully it's done tomorrow. I think we'll take the weekend. Everyone take a fresh look at it. You know, basically
if everything happens, there's no reason this isn't going to the printer on Monday.
Yep. And I'm just so excited that it's Father's Day on Sunday, and we are on the verge of sending our 11th crowdfunded campaign to press in less than 6 years. About 5 years.
And
thank you, guys.
And listen, as you know, I got into this by being a She fan. I did not get into this because I was an established writer. You know the whole story because we've talked about it so many times, where I saw She Way of the Warrior #1 3 rows away on the top shelf at my local comic shop in Texas. Mm-hmm. And I gravitated all those years ago, and then we became friends and all this. And you know, my big break as a creator, was She Akai #1 and all this. Dude, I'm telling you that Gatecrasher was the best thing I've written. This is coming up on it.
This is pretty. Yeah, I haven't read
the first issue. And as an editor, I will tell you that I think that I threw this out as sort of like a pitch, but the fact is, I really think I'm right. Rian Revenge of the Warrior #1 is, if you were back in 1993, but you had all the experience you have now,
right,
about how to do things, it is that freaking cool. This is a great story. And now for a moment, forget about my excellent story in the back.
There you
This is This is one of the best stories you've ever done in terms of setting up this. I frankly don't know how you're not going to do more Rand stories eventually. Now, listen, you know me, man. I want She Begins for Japan. I want the thing we've been talking about. Any number of things. But I'm telling you, people are going to freaking love this. And the people who are ignoring this are doing so at their own collecting peril.
Yeah, because we just you know, because we're not in the inventory business. But it is very 90s, Jeff. I was doing that on purpose. I was having fun with it.
You did the 90s thing, but like I said, informed by the choices, the illustration and story choices that you would make with your 30 years of experience. You boiled things down much more quickly because you realize this is essentially a one shot till you get to do more.
Yeah. And then I've seen some things.
So you didn't want to leave anything on the cutting room floor. You really wanted to cram it in here. And dude, and I know there's scenes that you wanted to do that you didn't get to do, but the fact is, this is a tight story. This is full of action. It's also full of character, which sometimes when you do a lot of action gets done away with. That's not the case here. There's all sorts of complex storytelling elements in it, and it is freaking beautiful.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very proud of it.
It has great backup story.
And even Deb's like, this is really good. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. And in all honesty, and I wasn't saying all that to knock my own stuff down. Okay, look at this cover. Yeah. That's the main Mortuary Michelle cover. Yeah. That's the one you'll be getting unless you get the double metal edition. But look at that. This is okay. In all humility for me, seriously, this is top 10, maybe top 5 covers you've ever done, Billy.
Yeah, I really like it.
And Wes,
I really do.
You look at the purples and stuff like that. It's so subtle. Go and zoom in on the background a little.
Yeah,
that stuff. I mean, the detail you put into this.
It hurt my eyes.
And
now this is just a JPEG, guys. So, but all this.
And I mean, in all seriousness, when you did that, and man, like I said, you called me and said, this is going to be great. And I'm like, wow, he's really confident about this. It's either going to be great or horrible. And when I saw it, I literally burst out laughing because I didn't know what else to do because it is so good.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Old Bean, I made a huge mistake.
What?
I'm not streaming. I did the stream to the Crusade Comics page live on X and not on my account.
Oh.
So, well, oh, darn.
Well,
I'll apologize.
That's a mistake. I don't know how huge it is.
Yep. Yeah. But no, this is fun. And this is all from the background, plus the skulls I added. But
yeah,
this is all from Art Nouveau books, Art Nouveau design books, those ones that you can, like I forget what the hell they're called. They're like copyright free books. And I basically just.
And you grew amazing inspiration from it. And look at that. Look at this.
I think I'm on a roll, Old Bean, because if I can, I'm going to share with you guys. Son of a gun. How can I add let me see if I can add my new campaign. Let's see. Remove this destination from the stream. This destination is not on the stream. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. I'm going to remove this one. There we go. Remove it. All right. Now I can add another one. I can add your boy, Bill Tucci. This one. It's probably the Crusade Comics page it's going to go to.
Oh, well.
That's why. Yeah, because I didn't StreamYard. Let's see. There you go. No, I want this one.
At this point, does it matter?
It doesn't matter. And the point of this is to make more comics. But I've been on a roll this year. I just did a fun commission last night while I watched my New York Yankees win. And I did it. And I did another. You want to see something cool? I did let me find it. There, hang on. I did a commission. I'll share it tomorrow on the Twitter. Where is it? Here we go. I did a commission for my friend Larry. There's the JPEG. I guess that's good enough.
Is that amazing, Larry?
Thank you. Thank you very much for that one. I'm going to share that. So let's share that. Oop. And this is going to be our She in August. It's going to be we're not sure which edition, which book it'll be, but it's going to be the She Airborne Celebration Edition.
I've been looking forward to seeing this.
And I did that one too of her, and we'll have like machine gun fire going up and stuff like that. But I'm like, this is fun. Let's put, and he's a paratrooper, and he wanted she jumping out of a C-130, and me like a crazy person said, I'd love to do that, and it took me days to do it. But
it's a my brother spent a lot of time in C-130s, so that's great.
Yeah. Well, let's look. I'm gonna refresh the Aria page, and we'll share that, and then
share that. And we should also do a quick look at either the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
And let's make sure we tell everybody both of them are closing very soon. Do you have the dates that both are closing?
Yes. So real quick, here's Brian's Aria. Yeah, let's go to mine. We'll do Brian's first. So here's Aria, guys. The link is in the description. Marcus Killigrew has been sharing that link. Thank you, Dover Books. Thank you. The Dover Books are great. The Dover Books art. It's like motifs. So it has like you can have one Japanese motifs. You can have art motifs, and artists use them all the time. So that's where that background came from. But so here's Brian again, guys. Brian Haberlin is one of the greatest guys in comics, as is Brian Miller. And support this book. You will not be disappointed. And then with us, if I may, Old Bean.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the what closes first? The Ran Revenge of the Warrior Indiegogo. So here we go.
It closes first?
Yes. So let me close it. Add that to the screen. And guys, again, this book is going to the printer next week, hopefully Monday. And we're going to close out Wednesday on Ethan's stream. Ethan has graciously agreed to allow us to have the closeout party. We're going to have a closeout stream. And it's going to close because it's in late pledges right now. So this is your last chance to get it. Thank you, Apex Comics, for sharing it out. And there's the Mortuary Michelle. And there, of course, is the flip book. And again, I'm so proud of this book, Old Bean. I just think it came out great.
Listen, everybody that's been on the show has listened to me talk about what I think of this. Your work on it is outstanding. And I think the thing that's really exciting is that I can say with a good bit of confidence that when we finished She Gatecrasher, I thought that was my best work, and I thought it was your best work. And then all of a sudden, we're both doing stuff that now we think is our best work. And like how it's you don't get to always experience grooves in your creative career.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's just stuff you got to fight your way through as you're getting new influences or getting tired of old influences. And man, it's so exciting to be a part of a project where so many people are clicking. On their great work. And
it's fun. It's fun. It's been a lot of fun. We've got a great team with me and you and Deb and Old Cap and Steve Peros.
Yep.
And Leandro and Fred. And Fred's coming with these colors. They're just outstanding. And Wes Hartman.
I don't think that people are prepared for like how cinematic your stuff looks with Fred. And this is like, there were a lot of movies in the late 90s and early 2000s set in Japan with Yakuza influences and things like that.
Yeah.
This sort of blows most of them away.
I think so too. And I've had a lot of, like you said, I had a lot of experience in 30 years to
filter into this.
100%.
But you did a remarkable job of putting yourself in a 90s mindset.
Yep.
So
and
go back to that panel right there. The horizontal one. Scroll down. The one with the eyes.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Golly.
I know, man. I know. It's good stuff. So thank you guys for backing us. Again, we're going to have a closeout. The closeout is supposed to be next Thursday for Thursday Night Live, but Brian's closing out. So I don't know. I have to see if the wife made plans Friday, because if she did not, then we'll do a cool Friday night closeout stream.
Yeah.
For the Kickstarter. We'll have a party, Old Bean.
Listen,
And,
I think if he's closing out Thursday, we should ditch that if we can.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
And because here's the thing, man. Look at that. There's that Simonson
Look at
cover.
Walter Simonson.
Who gets a Walt Simonson
I
cover?
know, with Dan Lawless.
Oh
It's
my
great.
gosh, Dan Lawless did a beautiful job with that.
Yeah. And another thing, so and also we are going to be launching a Zoop for Shi Senryaku. Had a meeting with the Zoop people, really liked what they're doing. You're using Zoop right now for the big Overstreet Price Guide book.
No, it's not the big price guide. It's the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics.
The Guide to Grading
It
Comics.
is the first time we have ever, which you did the cover for the standard edition of.
Yes. Who did the cover for this one?
This is actually, it is a photo collage of graded and ungraded comics.
Oh,
and it's really cool. And the cool, well, one of the cool things about this one is that, well, in addition to the fact that we were funded in less than 24 hours, which was really nice. And by the way, that is zoop.gg/c/overstreet. If you want to check it out.
Yeah, and I'll share it, guys, because once we close this campaign, we're going to focus on doing a special 20th anniversary, 30th anniversary book, our San Diego Comic-Con stuff, and the Zoop campaign before San Diego.
And I'll tell you this. The Zoop campaign is going to be great for Senryaku because there'll be some people who haven't seen it before. As the people who have supported it already know, it's the veritable who's who of great comic book creators working with you and Gary Cohn to create some phenomenal imagery, which has stood the test of time.
Yep.
It is a beautiful book, one I was proud to be a part of. And I will tell you that any more people seeing that will just be freaking great.
And it's oversized, and it's all done because I drove down the Heroes. Moromi saw me, and Marcus saw me. I drove down because I dropped off 400 of them, the final 400 of our Senryaku books to Zoop. So the books are done, and they do this. They do the distribution.
They do the fulfillment of it. Now, one of the things I wanted to say, I was starting to talk and I interrupted myself. The new edition of the grading guide. I'm really excited about it because it has sort of my first one of these that really has my stamp on it. Is the whole front matter, almost all of it is in comic book form. How to collect, how to take care of your comics, how to make a good relationship with your retailer, how to watch out for deals that are too good to be true. Right. And then it goes into the stuff that we've had in the other editions about how you actually grade and what the qualifications for each grade are. And I taught myself how to grade by working on the second edition of this book. And this is the 7th. Unlike the price guide, it doesn't come out every year. It just comes out when we've been out of stock for a while.
It's terrific. And I'll be linking it in my updates and everything like that.
And through this, if you haven't already ordered at your store through the regular distributors, you can also order the one that has your cover, which is the soft cover and hardcover. This one is big, like the big Overstreet, and the only difference is it's in color.
Oh, huzzah! And we're also going to be announcing when we launch on Zoop. It's not next week. We're going to launch Zoop the week after for Senryaku. We've got some special exclusives too that we've never offered before. And
so even more reason to check it out.
What more could anyone ask?
Gum.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're going on 2 hours, over an hour and a half. I want to share one last time Mr. Haberlin's delightful. Where are we? Share screen.
When you ask what else could you want, Paul Taylor said the Leafs to win the cup.
Yeah, good luck with you on that one. They haven't won a cup since 1967.
Do you know?
60 years. You never know. That could be something.
When we were little, my brother and I, we lived in Pittsburgh. So obviously Mr. Rogers was a big thing because that's where Mr. Rogers was from and where he filmed. But my brother thought it was the Toronto Make-Believes.
And who knew that your brother was the 21st century Nostradamus?
Yes.
Sorry, Paul. That's what we do. Jeff's a Pens fan, so and I'm an Islanders fan. But guys, anyway, please back this campaign. Check it out. If not, share it.
Dude, look at Paul's comment. It's great.
I was in diapers the last time they won. I hope I'm not.
Paul, that was brilliant.
Yeah, why isn't it sharing? Come on, share. No, not wrong one. There we go.
Paul, that's priceless, man.
Well, at least they win, right, buddy? Thank you, Apex Comics, for sharing the link. I'm going to just apologize to Haberlin. Thank you, bro. Anyway, guys, check out this campaign. Share it. But Brian is doing like what most of us do is ships pretty much to orders. These books will not be available.
Yeah, you heard him say it. They're not printing to sell these at shows and things like that. And so you're not only supporting a great book, you're getting something limited.
100%. So, all right, Old Bean, I'm going to have a little video saying bye-bye. Guys, thank you all for joining us. And we will see you soon. Old Bean, I'm just going to log off. All right. And you want to give me a call in the morning when you wake up?
I'm not calling you when I wake up. That'll be like,
no, don't call me
way too early.
Yeah, call me around 10 or so or whatever.
All right.
All right, Old Bean. Oh,
night,
Old Bean, real quick. We have a segment of the show called Comic Hunts.
Comic Hunts.
I'm curious, did you hunt for any comics at the convention at Heroes? Did you buy anything?
No. Having just come back from Japan, I was on a budget. That doesn't mean I didn't get some great stuff.
Oh, okay.
Two things. I did spend money I didn't have and buy The Art of Jusko, which is the book of Jusko, which is the new Joe Jusko art book.
Mm-hmm.
I had both him and Joe Pruitt, who put it together, sign it. And what I didn't realize is that there was a shout out to me in it.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
For us working together on Overstreet. All right. And our mutual editor and good friend, old Cat.
Oh, he did. Yeah. You have it with you or no? Oh, you do? Yeah.
These are in the 1970s, a few years after they stopped publishing, I got my first Atlas Seaboard book, comic books. Those are the last two I need to complete the run. And he gave me those as a gift. And I was humbled by that. They're not super expensive, but I will tell you that prior to this copy, I've never even held a number 4. And so getting Vicky, which is a non-superhero book, it was actually based on Tower's Tippy Teen. It's basically the same material, relettered. But it was a phenomenal gift. And Jason, also an Atlas Seaboard collector, knew that I wanted it. And the cool thing is, the first person I texted was Jason Goodman, whose grandfather founded Marvel.
Yes.
And texted him like, "Hey, I finished the run. So now I'm only missing one magazine, and there's one magazine I really want to upgrade, and I'm done." And it's a rabbit hole I started down literally when I got Iron Jaw 1 and 4. Went from a guy who wanted my Invaders and kept on throwing books in. My Invaders number 2, I think it was, and in 8th grade. And couple months later, I got my first comic book catalog from a mail order business, and I couldn't even conceive that a comic book company had gone out of business. It made no sense to me.
I know.
And dude, I've staged museum exhibits about Atlas. I've been a go-to expert for people on that. People are sick of me talking about it. So this was like a really big deal. So how about you? Did you pick up anything?
I just picked up this.
That is one of only a handful of those that exist, man.
I think, yeah. So
also, I did meet artist Andy Bennett, Joel Meadows, who does Tripwire magazine, the UK comics publication. I had backed his Kickstarters, as you know I do, for Sherlock Holmes and the Empire Builders. And they put out a combined edition of those two hardcovers as one really big soft cover that was released through Mad Cave. Look at the size of this.
Holy cow! Wow.
This is like tabloid newspaper size.
Wow.
And so that was a very unexpected thing. So I spent like $100 more than I had with me on the trip. So at any rate, that's it. So you got Mortuary Michelle, which, obviously it's a big win.
Yeah, I was busy. The whole time. I did a whole bunch.
You had lines. You had that great photo shoot with all the other veterans.
Yep, that was a lot of fun.
The fans and the professionals. You had Mike Grell there and a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
And it was.
Jim Starlin was in the Navy. Wasn't he?
Was he really?
I think he was.
You sure that wasn't just like the Village People song?
Maybe could be. I'll double check, but Bud Root was there, and like you said, Mike Grell, but Larry Hama.
Hama, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Really cool. Bud's a Marine.
And you had a steady stream of fans. You had a handful of people who discovered Gatecrasher for the first time there. I'm always amazed when somebody hasn't heard about it because it did so well. But the fact is, there's people that don't do crowdfunding that are picking up. They're still picking up yourself otherwise. And so Marcus says yes, he was at Starlin, was in the Navy. We got to fix that next time.
Yeah, we definitely have to fix that.
At any rate, I think that it was really cool to see. We were around the corner from Von Coleman, around the corner from Andy Smith.
Yeah.
And I talked to the guy working with Mike Grell that's putting together his great collected editions that are on Kickstarter. There's so much great stuff at that show. Shelton really puts on a great show, and it's really weird that was the first time I was there because it just feels like one of those comic centric shows you got to go to.
Well, you got to go next year. Carla already invited me, so we're definitely going back.
Well, I hope that we can work out to get the table right next to you. That would be ideal.
That would be great. You just got to kick Von Coleman over one.
Well, we can send some guys. You got a nice table here. It'd be a shame if it were to burn.
Yeah. Well, so Apex Comics was on the Nimitz, made famous from the Final Countdown, which I watched last week.
That's a great movie. That's such a great movie.
Such a great movie.
Thank you, Mariano.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Everyone have a great weekend. I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow. We have an American Legion, like a barbecue, because the post kind of.
Marcus says just kick Vaughn out. Hope that doesn't mean me.
Marcus, be nice. All right, guys. Everyone, thank you for joining us, coming on this little ride. I apologize for not hitting the proper Twitter link, because Twitter is basically our largest. The largest sect of audience we get. That's I'm really
catastrophic error.
Yep. So
we'll have to redo the show.
That's right. We'll just do the whole show. Let's call Brian to come back in and start all over again and do his pitch. So, all right, guys, everyone have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Old Bean.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at ThePopXP and over on Instagram at ThePopXP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.